and I'm gonna review my POV for my game vs SK at the World Cup. Mind the scuffed stream. I am sick. I got the post-con piccolo, so yeah, sorry about that. Blizzard World game was sick to watch. Dude, it was an intense that was an intense game to play actually. It was pretty fun. Right, let's have a squeeze. Okay, so from what I remember, they open dive here. Yeah, they do. Okay, so like basically my role in this was like pretty much just to deny and fuck with Fleta and Carpe. Like I just need to deny DPS. We have enough frontline damage to like fuck their tanks, and enough utility to fuck their tanks. Like obviously I can come help with that, but as long as I'm doing enough to pressure Carpe and Fleta away, or at least scare them away, I'm technically doing my job. So this first far, I'm just checking to see like who goes left. Then I rotate when I see the Genji. Obviously the Sombra's eventually going to be behind. I should be spamming more here, I think. Like, I can be spamming around looking for this Sombra. Like, yeah, I'm just like holding my shield up for like no reason. Dude, okay, I actually read this. The fucking block on the hack. I like flicked my shield. I was like, oh, I hope someone saw that, but I don't know. It's like a pretty micro play. Apart from that, I don't know. Like, I guess I don't know too much on this fight. I swear, I remember looking at my thing. I had like 30 damage or some shit. But I guess job's done. If I'm just denying the backline. And then they make comp swaps. Yeah, their Pharah is able to fuck us here because we don't have any hit scan to deny her. Don't forget to subscribe. Like, yeah, dude, I'm a YouTuber now. Alright. So I'm just looking around for fucking Carpe here. Nice Sombra. This is alright. I need to get to the turret right now. I remember looking at the stream and seeing this. I needed to protect the turret. Like, if my job is achieved, wait, hold up. If my job is achieved dealing with like backline, so that's only Carpe now. I need to be playing around protecting the turret while they have a Pharah. So that was a pretty big misplay by me. If I protect that turret, then we kill Fleta, and then we still have the turret damage to like recontest. And then I think this was a team error. We dropped like after they got the tick, and I think we definitely had the space to drop before then. What did I notice about the World Cup teams? I actually haven't played fucking I haven't played in Australian contenders. I've only played in pack contenders. I don't know, like obviously versing like South Korea, like they're 6 of arguably like the best in their role. So like they're just consistently at, you know, Jodag does what he does fucking consistently. And there are situations where you're like, what the fuck? But then the fight carries out and it makes perfect sense. So I don't know. Like they're just so consistent and so solid, and like I think that's something that we lacked. We lacked consistency with our play and with our swaps and etc. And our knowledge of the game just isn't as high as theirs. Like Gumba was able to teach us a shit ton, but you know there's only a certain amount of time, and these guys have been in Overwatch League for a year. They've been competing at the top level for a year. We had like a couple of months. So yeah, obviously we're not gonna be able to compete as tightly with them. So look at this. I think we maybe could have played this fight a bit slower, or nano punk instead of me, just because of the range. Like if they were close and if they were like hard diving, so maybe if they didn't have Pharah, the nano onto me would have been a better idea. I'm pretty sure I called for it, so it's my bad. But if they didn't have Pharah and they had like a dive hero nano on me, might have been better. But if we just nanoed punk, he could have gone to the Pharah and like insta killed her. and then we could have fought. I could have rallied, maybe won that. Alright, so here we know that they have like quite a huge advantage ult-wise. We know that their only like engagement ult is EMP. So like I need to rally early here. I hope I rally. I should rally early here. Oh right, this is where I fucking bash Carpe's ult. Yeah. Yeah, so early rally for EMP. Bang. Later, bitch. That was a pretty bad play by him. I don't know. Like, I don't think that was me doing something nutty. That was just him. Yeah, so... Okay. Wait. I remember this fight, actually. I remember watching this on the stream. We need to aggress a lot harder here. We forced 3 of their ultimates and they got 0 value. Like... Hold up, let's go back a little bit. Let's go back, boys. So we force EMP, they get no value. They use fucking Mercy ult at the beginning. That's okay. We knew that was coming. And Ashe forces the Zen ult for free. So they force 3 ults and get 0 value. We need a fucking hard engage after this trance is finished. We have high ground advantage, we have rush potential. They lose mech as well, if you look closer. And Ashe does that. He goes forward. I think Punk follows a little bit later, and I follow just a cart. But we needed to rush hard into them after we got this D.Va mech kill. So maybe Ashe went like a little bit too fast here, because we are running Brig Widow, but we should have gone hard and fast into them. And eventually they just like win the slow fight. Because we just follow one by one into them. Anyway. So that was pretty bad, like poorly played by us. So yeah, I remember seeing this Tracer and I was like, oh, I might try and get a stun on him, but unfortunately it doesn't work out. So I just need to play for Peel here. Like, so into their comp, like they're running Tracer, Sombra, like, and also Bull. So they're just going to be looking at hard dive. I just need to be playing around a backline and denying them. This is different to like, if you're playing like McCree, Brig comp or whatever, like you're more of a Bull comp, you can play more with your frontline. So I think later there's a playstyle swap that I need to adjust to, which I didn't really. But at this point I just need to be playing for our backline. So I guess that's what I'm doing here. I make a few major errors on this point, and I actually think I throw. Like, I wasn't playing. Fuck, sorry. I wasn't playing at the right pace. There are a few times where I was rushing ahead of our tanks to contest cart, and I feed because of it. Back lane here. I can probably have a little bit more frontline pressure now that they're running the McCree, but I just want to be denying tanks, I think. Playing around our Widow so he can get picks. Deny Fate. This is a bad habit, actually. I do this a lot. I'll, like, always have my shield destroyed by D.Va bombs because I'm like, oh, what if there's a chance that someone's, like, behind me? But I do it anyway, even if I know that there's, like, I know that there's no one here. But I destroy my shield anyway. And I do this a lot. Like, this is a pretty bad habit of mine that I need to fix. Like, what the fuck? Why? Anyway. Continuing on. So, rally here. I get aggro with our beat, but then I overcommit here. Like, I just need to play slow. Like, there's no reason for me to rush here. I mean, we win the fight anyway, because Ashe chops, but... Our comp is still fine here. We run the Widow on the defense into Big Cree. Like, the Widow can get more value there than a Sombra or whatever. Like, if he can deny line of sight from, like, the McCree and deny that pressure, deny the rush potential, it's pretty valuable. So yeah, we're just trying to retain high ground here, play around cart. Fake gets fucked. I'm not sure. Like, okay. I don't think we should come into trance here. I'm not sure if the call was made pre-fight, I can't remember. But if we had maybe saved trance here, and just like rushed normally, or not even rushed maybe, like if we just pressured them out slightly, we would have had a better chance of holding this point. Because they have huge ult advantage now, like look at this shit. They have like 5, almost 6 ults. We have 1. I think we play this reasonably well, but yeah, I feed here. This is the feed I was talking about before. I don't know, like this is just me not keeping up with the pace of the game. Like it's not keeping up, it's like going too fast. Like I need to play slow here. We knew they had so many ults, I need to just chill back, let our tanks force out ults. Like we had D.Va Bomb to force stuff. Trill could have gotten backliner, he could have done something to force ults. I just needed to wait for them to do their thing and then play around that, rather than try and like force something that just wasn't there. So that's what I do, which is pretty bad. Deny fight, this is fine. I just needed to drop back. I needed to drop back to here, because our supports are playing back here. And then we re-rush point, rather than me straight up rushing point. While their beat is still there. I don't know why I would do this. So this is a pretty big misplay. Yeah. So if I was playing back here, I could have denied the brig, and these guys rushed down McCree, I probably could have helped with this as well. So this is a pretty big misplay by me. If I live there, I think we can actually hold this, because they don't get a ton of value out of their ults. And I have rally coming up as well, so if I played slow, I might have been able to get that. Anyway, I guess like we are at a huge ult deficit there, so it's a pretty hard fight to win regardless, but it was definitely winnable if I played a little bit better. Alright, so they swap goats here. Wait, hold on, what the fuck happened here? I can't remember. Okay, so I think... Oh yeah, so I had Rally coming up, and they swapped goats. So usually we'd probably swap Pharah Mercy here, or maybe I'd go Doom if Custer was close to ult. But both Custer and I are close to our ult, so we're like, okay, let's just try and rush something with our ult advantage here, because we're obviously going to be ahead, because they've just made swaps and they've just used ults in second. So we're like, alright, let's look to use these this fight. And that was the reason why we didn't swap. So let's see how it plays out, can't remember. That's right, okay, yeah, our targeting was way off. Like, our target selection. So we knew Jonak had ult, because he didn't use it the fight before. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we just forgot. I think this could have been a fault in ult tracking, or it could have just been like our brains just not working. But we shouldn't... Who should have we gone for? The target, I think, should have been Brig. Because the Brig was forward as well. Because we were like, oh shit, Zen, let's focus Zen, because he's so far forward. And we're like, alright, let's go. So it's quite a smart play by Jonak. Like, it's literally a bait. Like, he's got full armor and trance. Like, there's no way we kill him or fuck him in any way. We should have gone Brig. Because then we would have been able to force trance, but also have the potential for the kill. Yeah, so right there, as that Brig comes in, we should have gone on Brig. Rather than go for this. Because if we go for Brig here, there's also less of a chance I die, I think, as well. Because all eyes are on Jonak. Okay. So I think that was just a team misplay. That was just an issue with our dive. Alright, so we have Rally and B going into this fight. We should be able to win. There is Rally. Jonak definitely should not be the target here. Yeah, he's playing far back anyway. Oh, that's right, Cape feeds. I remember this. Yeah, alright, so overall, I think that was decent targeting from us. Like, we hard burn Carpe. I should have kept going forward here. I didn't realize the time, and I was like, oh, I gotta go back and swap Pharah, but... Okay, so not a bad round. The main issues, for like me personally, came down to end of second point, I think. I think overall then I wasn't paying enough attention to like the pacing of the game. I need to play around that better. That was a clutch shot. Oh, one, like the one where I flicked onto the bomb. I remember that actually. Alright, so we standard open Genji here. We did this because a lot of teams run like double flex support, and also like the Orisa comps and shit. Genji's generally good into this. You have a lot of pathing routes like through the right, even through the left, that you can take to contest high ground. But they were running dive. And I could have gone Widow here because they were running double flex support, but into Sombra Doom it's kind of frustrating, and this map isn't fantastic for Widow, so Pharah was the pick. As far as I remember. Surely I picked Pharah here. I'm pretty sure I do. I should. I mean, Genji will be fine. Like, it's certainly viable. But I think Pharah is more of a direct counter to what they're doing. Okay. Yeah, I do switch. That could have been a lot quicker. So I'm going to be playing to push this Doom out on the left here, if I can. Yeah, okay. This seems fine so far. Missing rockets. Oh my god, I suck. I think I'm playing a lot more aggressive here. I'm like way too passive. Like I can probably be playing like up here in this corner. Like they don't really have anything to contest me. If Sombra turns on me, like people can engage. If I'm playing up here, I'm out of line of sight of the Ana as well, which is my biggest issue. So I do eventually aggress, but it's like too late. I mean, this is passable play, but it can definitely be a lot better. So the play here was after we pushed tanks back, we dive backline, and Ash is calling the backline dive. I'm like, okay, I can go. I think I was a little bit slow on this because I just used my conk, so we're not actually able to secure kills, which is kind of a bit awkward. So maybe that was a timing error between the both of us, or just me. But yeah, eventually I just come back and play for our backline here because their Sombra and Doom are coming back. And then we try and set up EMP barrage here. Oh, I remember this actually. I didn't hear the bubble. That was a really nice bubble by Fate. Like, actually completely outplayed me there. How to warm up before playing on stage? I do like bots. So I like track bots with like high clip in custom games. And then I do headshot Widow practice, like headshot only lobbies. So we're expecting. Oh yeah, what was this? Yeah, they swap. Yeah, okay. So the reason like we wait here a little bit because we want the 2 DPS to come out of spawn before we make the swap, because otherwise they can just run back quickly and swap to like Widow or whatever. So we'd done this earlier, there might be more time for them to make... Sorry for the fucking crackling. I'm coughing. So here I just want to be playing for backline again. We know the inevitable dive is coming. Okay, this was actually a pretty big misplay by me, I think. Hold up. Let's go back a little bit. Okay. I think this was just bad management of my abilities, or getting greedy maybe. Maybe it's a tunnel vision problem. But like... I knocked Fate up, right? Hold on. So I knocked Fate. This play was good. But then I know the Doomfist is on our backline, like I hear the call. I can hear him in game as well. But instead I just decide to bash the monkey and not deal with the Doom. Like if I turn around to deal with this Doom, he dies. And then I can also pressure Carpe after that as well. So after knocking that monkey, I really need to play for our backline onto the DPS harder. It's a pretty big misplay by me. Good EMP by Huss. We know they have... I think we knew they had a chance here. Playing a little bit more passive. I probably could have lived. I think I just lost track of that EMP mid-fight. Like overall, I think they got more value from their MP. Like we were just like a little bit slow to react to Huss's call, or maybe Huss was too early. Either one. Okay, yeah. So we knew that their only ult was trance here. So like, we need to use our tanks here to force trance if we can. Same with Huss. For me, it's just about playing with our backline and denying their dive. Can't remember what happens here. Oh yeah, fucking Jonak feeds, that's right. Yeah. I don't know. That was an interesting play. Let me just clean up from there. Okay. Yeah, this was really good. Like, we had so much snowball potential here to play with, and I can't remember. I think we just like probably bad execution with their ults going into last point. I had so many consistently good MPs through all the stages. Yeah, his Sombra's really good. I think we can afford to be playing a little bit more aggressive here, like especially into their comp. Like they don't have anything that can sort of fuck with our backline as much apart from Monkey. So I can definitely be playing more aggressive onto the tanks and trying to force out trance. There's no point in me playing far back with that backline. Okay, so this was interesting actually. I think Carpe switched this solely to bait me onto Pharah. And he does it again. I don't do it, but I think it's the right play from him still. Like he fucking he outbrained me, dude. So you're thinking that they're gonna swap Fate to Goats. Regardless, Pharah is still good into their comp overall. And we swap, but Carpe insta switches. Our spawn is just like straight swaps, and I'm like shit. So this forces me to play max range. I can't play aggro here. Makes it a little bit awkward for me. What's up, Rojichu? I lost track of the McCree there. I'm not sure what the fuck I'm doing. So we kill McCree. This should be a cue for me to play more aggressive. They trance, Fury flies at me. That was a good play by Fury actually. He knows Carpe is dead, so he insta-focuses me. Because before he wasn't as aggressive on me. Second Carpe dies, he's all over me. Mess up Widow, so I'm like, alright, I need to get off this hero. I go Doom. I'm not sure about this pick, honestly. Like, I think in hindsight, Brig would have been the pick here. I went Doom because they had the Brig, and playing Genji into this would be kind of annoying. But I think Brig is definitely the pick here. Because that way it's a lot harder for them to swap. Because they swap Torb here, and I'm stuck on Doom. Because I can't go Pharah because I know it's a... I knew it was a bait. He swaps Torb. And I'm like, okay. Like, he's trying to bait me onto Pharah. But I'm like... But then I'm on Doom, so it's like still just as bad. I don't know. I overcommit here. I get the kill. I needed to just get out. Like, we had a 6v5 advantage, and I die for it. And then Ashe commits with me. I do that. This is a recurring problem with my Doom, actually. I'll like overcommit my abilities. It's not a consistent issue, but it does happen frequently. Yeah, target selection's way off here. This point isn't fantastic for Doom as well. I think this was just the wrong swap overall. Yeah. GG's, my doggies. Alright. Next one. Noobies. Oh, actually, something funny happens at the very start here. I'm just gonna blow my nose real quick. 1 sec. Alright. What the fuck? Why can't I access? It's H, right? Oh, it's N. This is pretty funny. Watch closely. Right. Little Felix just chilling up top. Anyone chilling? Just scouting? Just oh, dude, I freaked out when I did that. I was like, "Fuck!" I threw, boys. Unlucky. And I'm like, "All right, I'm just gonna set up bottom right straight up because they're on dive." But then they're like, "Oh, they're swapping, so you can swap." And then you can go up top, and then fucking Punk tries to escort me and he almost dies. We got so lucky here. I think we dropped too early here. They actually bait us. This is a really smart play by them. So, like, the way we play this point is we start Brig Ana top left, and then depending on where they go, so if their whole entire team is dive and they push us out top left, we rotate bottom left, so to like alley / indoors. If they goats, so they push us out top left, we go plat, which is this area over here. But what they do is they show here, they peek here, force us to drop, and then rotate to the safer dive, and the more consistent dive. That way they're able to have players come from top left in, players from main, and players from here. So it's rather than just having players from here and from here. So this was really good by them, and we fell for it completely. Like, we probably could have pressured a little bit more here, see what like they're doing, maybe force them to dive and then come back. But instead, like, we made a mistake of insta dropping. How is it to play against such a heavy presence in Yada like Jonak? Oh, it's kind of fucked. Like, plays so well around him, and his like aim and DM is so good. Like there's not much you can like really do. Like the positioning is literally perfect. Like it's super hard to set up dives. Like you have to play to force mistakes, and we weren't able to do that. Like I don't know. He's a very fucking good player, and we needed to like we needed to play around his positioning better by forcing tanks a little bit more. We tried to just straight up dive a little bit too much when we're running dive, and like we just get fucked because of it. Right, so we drop bottom left. So play. Unfortunately, we lose Huss, but we should need to play the deny dive. So that's charge ults here. I'm just playing to pressure anything that dives. I can't play too aggressive, otherwise I die. Oh, actually, wait, this is funny, actually. Let's go cuss this POV. Alright. It's your boy. Shooting Jonak. Bang. Feels bad, Flutter, man. Holy shit. He's like, hell yeah, boys, I'm popping off.
Let's get started.
He's literally shooting at Carpe. Alright. Anyway. It's nutty, dude. So we know they have nano by this fight. And I think we expected EMP. So the way we play this was we need to rotate hard for their nanoblade. And we're just like trying to bull up as much as we could to like try and chain stun fucking Flutter when he comes in. But I don't know, I think they had an executional problem here. Like Flutter didn't have ult, and I'm pretty sure he just like targets tanks, which makes sense. But they only force out rally from us. No. We were able to rotate easily and get Molten Core off. I think I need to be spamming around a lot more for Carpe here. Like, we know they have EMP. We know they're going to set up for that. I need to be trying to pressure for him. Like, actually, I'm fairly sure he stands, like, right here. Like, how the fuck do I get off this POV? The fuck, man? Like, he stands, like, here. Yeah, he's right here. If I wasn't such a muppet and I actually spammed around, I could have denied this. So, yeah. Guess that's that. Unfortunate. And like we have ults coming up. Like it's not like we don't have any ults. Also, actually, maybe I'm in a positional error as a whole here. Because if I play with Ashe, because he has Bongo and also around Punk as well, we can deny like we can deny the EMP blade pretty easily. Because if we drop bomb on top of us when they EMP blade, like that denies a lot of Flutter's potential, and it also allows us to like come back in with Bongo, or like play around Bongo if we can. So yeah, I guess that was the main misplay. Yeah, instead I The Kraken and I isolate ourselves and allow Flutter to get away with this. Like, yeah, clumping up is like bad to a certain extent, but if Punk is hiding for EMP and he's able to bomb on top of us, then the play makes sense, I think. Is Custer gonna play Torba now next season? I hope so. Oh my god. Cut the VOD, boys. I think I could have played a little bit more for backline here. Like, I can be positioned a little bit more aggressively against their comp. They don't have any crazy burst potential to, like, fuck me with as Doom if I'm positioned forward, so there's no reason for me to be playing so far back. Yeah, see, I telegraph on Doomfist a lot, actually. Like, they run through left for, like, what the fuck happened there? Like, glitched out. Yeah, so they slowly run through left side, and I'm sitting here the whole time. They're like, okay, Doomfist is gonna come in. Whatever target I go on here is gonna get bubbled anyway, because they can literally see exactly where I'm coming from. I engage and they hard focus me. This is really, really badly done by me. Yeah, I just get insta fucked. Custom manages to get Fate, which is big. We have a lot of ults here, so there's like pretty much no way we lose this fight. Like, since they made so many swaps going onto second, we should be fine. Oh, I choke here actually. I don't know how I missed that uppercut. I'm a fucking noob. They bubbled Winston. Yeah, and they matrixed the Zen. That's a terrible play. Like, there's no way to justify that kind of play. I fully telegraphed my dive, which is the issue. And this whole telegraphing our dives, like as a whole, like fucks us later on. Like, I'll explain it when we get there. Good AMP from Huss. This is a bad play by me actually. I should have just fucked off. For some reason I went for the trade when they had beat. I'm not sure why. I thought we were still fully engaged, but I keep, like, I don't know, maybe it's a playstyle change that I need to get used to in running ball, because ball can just like roll out quickly. But yeah, that was a misplay by me. Thanks, Chadwick. Just let Huss play Doom. Okay. I mistimed with fucking Ash's slam there. Apart from that, I think this was reasonably played. I've got a lot of Doom prac, a decent amount. Not a ton in scrims though, because we can't. Like, scrimming 150 ping Doom is cancer. So, like, the only Doom prac I had in scrims was when we're in the US. Yeah. Okay. So this is the major thing. So let's go back a little bit. We knew they had Grav coming into this fight. That's the game-winning ult, right? Like, we don't really have much. We have EMP. Like, this wins them the game. So we need to deny this at all costs. And the way we play is pretty poor. I think, in hindsight, maybe we definitely could have thought of it at the time, but we needed to engage, like, pre-choke. Hold up. Let me get out of this mode. How? Fuck, man. Alright, there we go. We need to engage around here on them. So I probably could have pre-positioned better. I could have played here, / in here, and engaged from there. I could have engaged from where I am right now as well. And we need to EMP them early onto Carpe. But instead, we decide to wait until they push through here, and then we telegraph our dive like crazy, and then fucking Carpe pre-grabs this corner where our dive is coming. This was huge by Carpe. Pre-grabs this corner where our dive is coming because he knows for a fact, because from the other dives that we did in this corner, that we're going to dive exactly here. So I'll play it out from overhead, actually. At least that's what I think happens. So we come in, all telegraph, woo! Fucking pre-grav EMP. Carpe's a fucking genius, dude. I mean, we're dumb, but that was a really good play by Carpe. Anyway, that's how we lose. And then we just play for stall after that. Like, that play there is a fucking Reddit play, dude. I don't know how nobody said anything about that. It's actually insane. Alright. Next round. So we play this pretty standard, open Genji, expecting like the Orisa comp. They run dive. We've prepared for that. It's like pretty standard. I make a Widow swap here because they're running the double flex support. I think Genji could have been fine here as well, but you know, we don't want to play a mirror versus Korea, like we went into the game saying, if we play a mirror, if we mirror goats, if we mirror dive, we're most likely going to get fucked. And at this point, I was like, okay, I need to make a play in some way. So Widow was the pick. So I think my playstyle choice was fine here. I played it pretty slow, because they've got Sombra Genji, and it's full dive. I didn't want to like overcommit with my grapples. I think I definitely could have mined faster here. Like I haven't mined yet for some reason. Adamar and Jonak give me no respect. There's no point for me to drop here, actually. I should have just stayed top. CKM! Wow! We're just shit into second point, especially into hard dive, so... Okay, I think this is pretty bad. I'm not sure why we're waiting around for so long. Like, look at this. We come into this fight. Hold up, hold up. We have double tank ult, and all they have is trance. We play so slow here for literally no reason. Like, look at this. Like, we go to clear top, top's clear, we're like, okay, let's go dark. Which, you know, this is fine. Like, this definitely could have been better. Like, we could have maybe gone main, but also, like, Big Cree in dark is a pretty good bet. Because you're less susceptible to dives coming in from multiple angles. So you basically corner yourself, which is a good thing as this comp. But we wait around in this area for so fucking long. Like, look at us. We're just chilling. Fate's half HP. We need to be using our tank ults here to force trance. But instead, we dilly dally. We let Carpe get more charge on EMP. We let Jonak set up for an aggressive play, and we get rolled over because of it. Like, we almost turn it, but it's just not enough. Like, we never have the space. If we're never capable of getting the space, then we're never gonna be able to rush anything. Whole point of this comp is to rush down and burst targets. So they run Big Cree, and we're like, okay, well, Goats hard counters that. Let's run Goats. So we run Goats, which we don't really run that often. What we should have done is we should have gone fast down main, but instead we play slow and allow them to switch. Like, we thought they weren't switching for some reason. So we were just like, okay, let's go left, and we allow them to, like, set up and switch. If we went main, then we would have been able to fuck them, I think, because their DPS wouldn't have been set up properly. So let's. I think this rally was a misplay, actually. Wait, hold up. I want to rewatch this. Alright. Let's go through. We go through left. We know they don't have too many ults. Well, our backline gets split from our front line. So in this situation, Huss and I come back and try to kill Carpe here, and Ash and Custer push forward into dark. So our entire team is completely split up, and that costs us really bad. So whether it's Huss and my fault or it's Ash and Custer's, it's probably Huss and mine. That's most likely not the play. We need to be looking to rush something, not try and pressure a Sombra out. So yeah. We got split there. Big misplay. It's really alright. We gotta go through main. Punk flies the Diva, this is good. And at this point we're just running the wrong comp. Like we're straight up just like getting hard counted. They're running fucking Doom, Mei into goats. On this point it's just like what do we even do? We needed to swap dive like the second we saw the Mei. Like overall, throughout the entire series they outplayed us very hard with swaps. Like they just have more game knowledge than us. They were smarter with how they wanted to swap. And they played standard stuff as well, that's the thing. Like, remember I was watching the China vs Korea game. And Korea, like the entire time, they played the standard shit, the straight up shit extremely well. And like their execution was like almost perfect with a lot of that stuff. China tried to mix it up with some like slightly crazier shit. They like played more into a set play style that they determined. Whereas Korea were like, we're gonna play the standard shit, we're gonna play it fucking well. And that's what they did. Maybe it's because they didn't have much time to prep from like their practice shit, so they were just like, alright, we're just gonna be the 6 best players in the world and all make perfect decisions every single time. But yeah. They swapped almost every team fight. Yep. That's the nature of the meta. It's good. You made a team comp spreadsheet? Oh yeah. Alright, I remember this actually. Oh god, it's coming. In a couple fights. You'll see. So at this point we're just trying to set up a dive. I don't know, man, like at this moment we're just like, fuck. This is it. Like we've switched comps so many times, we're like at a massive ult disadvantage. It's just getting harder and harder for us to win anything. I mean, look at, like, I don't know. It's hard to talk about this. Like, we're just getting, like, cycled on. There's not enough time for us to, like, build anything. Like, build enough ults for us to have an advantage. Because we swapped with, like, a minute and a half left. So I'm like, alright, boys, we got ults. We can nanoblade next fight. Can EMP nanoblade, can use everything. We're like, fuck yeah. They rush us early, smart play. Okay, this I want to fucking talk about. So, I thought the bomb was going over here and landing in here. So I dashed forward. Just look at him, look where he is. But he throws it against the wall, and then it falls right here. What the fuck, man? And I look stupid, because I dashed into a Diva Bomb. As well. I had the game-winning ultimate. So, yeah. I don't know, we were prepared for this dive as well, but that Diva Bomb fucked us. I'm not sure if that was intentional by Fury to have it land on the wall and go down. But yeah, fuck, that's huge brain. Maybe it was. I think it might have been a way to deny us from running forward with the dive. Anyway, so that's it. South Korea. The big boys. We got beat. Pretty bad. I mean, BlizzCon was pretty good. Like, that was close. Overall, I think I played okay. Like, I played decent, considering the circumstances. But, yeah, definitely could have played better. Same goes for everyone on the Australian team. Yeah, they're just better players than we are. So, anyway, so that's that.